and we're underway here between Brush and Fort Morgan with Bo Rocha against Cody Carpenter.
Just prior to this, Mackie Sandoval picked up a forfeit for the Diggers, so it's a 6-0 dual meet match already. Carpenter gets on low on a single leg on Rocha. Rocha does a little sprawl, and Carpenter clasps his hip. Rocha's going for a little bit of that bunk wrestling. He's reaching down and taking that back ankle. We get a stalemate out of it.
I thought he had
a crater out
of figure four on the head, but it looked like Cody Carpenter's arm was in there somehow. I don't know. Has that changed figure four?
That without the pressure, they actually call that a draping scissors. So that's legal. But once you see that pressure on the arm go up, then it becomes a figure four or scissors to the head arm. Roach attempts to throw by, and he does succeed at that, but Carpenter uses the momentum, keeps going, and gets out of any danger of a takedown. Bo does it again. He's done it 3 times in a row. This time he's in on a double leg. Carpenter throws him out of bounds, and we get a good whistle for Brush. That was kind of quick. Carpenter's feet came back in after that. Start neutral.
Oh, I got thrown there.
Bo does another throw by and shoots in on the opposite leg this time, and now there's a little bit of scramble going on. Bo's working the tips. He comes around that Carpenter, does get a 2-point takedown. Carpenter now is down with 2-0 with 40 seconds left in the first period. Bo goes to that knee chop. Carpenter attempts to do a sit-out switch, and Bo ends up with a pick and step out of that.
He's got 28 seconds to work it. It looks like he's got it loaded up. We can't quite see him here.
He's got to get that or get that claw in. He gets so much momentum to get it there. Carpenter rolls through and gets to his base. 15 seconds left in the first period. Bo is winning. Bo Rocha from Brush is winning 2-0 over Cody Carpenter from Oregon.
Well, one of the few seniors for the Beat Diggers. He's trying to set up that cheap tilt.
Yep. Short time.
Beat Diggers' choice. Bo's going to defer it.
Carpenter takes down.
They look away from us as they get set to go.
Carpenter attempts a quick stand-up. Rocha goes right to the sideways ankle ride, and he works in another pick and step again. I don't know how he does that. He's working on the front end to get that claw in, and Carpenter's still based pretty good on his face in the mat. So Rocha lets go of that back leg and comes up with a spiral ride. Now he works the legs in. He's got 2 legs in, stretching out Carpenter flat on the mat. Rocha's going to the power half. He leaves a little bit of space between the bodies. Carpenter works up. Bo goes to a tight waist, head and lever type ride. Carpenter's flat on the mat right now. Rocha's got that tight waist in. It looks like he might be going for a tight waist. Again, one of those cheap tilt rides. He's got a 2-on-1. He's going to go on for a 2-on-1 tilt if he can get some space to get underneath. A lot of action happening right now.
One of the coaches saying go the hard way. Of course, it might have been one of the wrestlers, too. You never want to listen to the other wrestler. Oh, he did it.
Go. He does. He's not getting anything out of it, but he did get him to roll through on it.
Got one count, but not 2.
Well, no risk, no reward.
If you're doing a tilt, you need the risk. Can't lose that. He's got a great line and trying to work the hour half in there. Now Carpenter's getting hold of the wrist, peeling that off.
Bo's trying to set the crossface in there. He does get it set, so now he goes to that crossface cradle. Then he goes to the pick and step after Carpenter comes up and he gets it again if he can just capitalize on the front. He's getting the legs real good, but he's just not getting the leverage on the front end to get him rolled over and get the point.
It's seem to keep his leg in there when he needs it.
Go to the barbed wire there. He's got that shoulder there.
I think he should. We'll run out of time in the third. 6-0 for Bo.
2-0.
Oh, 2-0. 6-0 score. Well, wait a minute. I didn't see them points.
Bo takes down.
The wrong one.
Carpenter gives him a point escape without even starting, so Carpenter wanted to start on his feet to go to a forehead-to-forehead tie. Bo does a throw by and comes a low single, and then they go out of bounds.
Didn't have it set up very good. It's probably a good thing he didn't shoot in there.
Come back to the center of the mat. They're working on it. Carpenter shoots on a low single, too. Comes up with his head between Bo's legs, and Bo is going to that, grabbing the ankle on the backside, tries to roll through. Misses it, and then still scrambling out there right now. Bo comes up to the face. He ends up with that low single, almost like a fireman's carrier, a jump out of that. He needs to get his arm around his waist, or Carpenter is going to come up with that 2-point takedown. They give Carpenter the 2-point takedown because he's got Bo. He's got his
kind of a headlock on him.
He's got his legs in, and Bo needs to just come out. And Bo's Rocha from Brush is losing 2-3 right now. Carpenter winning 3-2.
Well, Rocha's up 3-2. You got the escape.
Oh, that's right.
That free escape.
You're
start
right.
period.
Thanks for keeping me in line.
Oh, that's okay. They're going to give the free escape to Bo. That'll put him up by 2. I was looking at score deal. I think Carpenter wants to get underneath Rocha. Didn't have any luck with that.
Rocha does a throw by, and he comes back around, and Carpenter does a reshot off of that. He gets in on a fireman, but Rocha comes back around. It looks like he's going to get 2 points and possibly back points out of this. That was a pretty good hit right there. He is getting back points right now. No, he got one count, but no points out of it. Rocha's got like an arm bar in, walking that arm up around. That could be a potentially dangerous if he goes too much with that.
His shoulder looks a little out of whack there, but got a little hammerlock, I guess, is got cranked back there.
Score 6-2, Bo Rocha from Brush with 10 seconds left in the third period.
You set an arm bar up there, but he's going to run out of time. Well, they're saying 9-0 on the team score, so that'll be a 6-2 victory for Bo. I quit looking at that, the wrong numbers up there. The team score's on top. And we're going to head to 138 pounds. It's Alec Peterson, ranked number 4 in the state of goal against Francisco Rosales. He'll have his hands full with Rosales as they check in. Not sure why that's taking so long. Valley View Villa, look to the team at Aspen Rehabilitation inside Valley View Villa for your sports rehab, short-term or long-term care needs. Stop by 815 Fremont or call them today, 867-8261.
Off the whistle, Peterson shoots on a single leg, and Rosales is sprawling. He's got a three-quarter Nelson in as well. So right now they're fighting on it. Rosales looking for come around on the side and get a cradle in. He's working that three-quarter Nelson now. Peterson is continuing to drive, comes up to between the legs. Rosales is Peterson looking for a quick pin out of that. Now he comes back around. Rosales realizes he's on his back, so he comes and gets that up, and Peterson gets around for 2. Peterson now throws the legs in. He's pretty high, but he's got good English. He has a deep pass.
It gets him settled down a little more.
He's got the hammerlock in there, too.
Is that what that is? I can't.
You let it go.
Holding it there with his thigh and comes back to the power half.
There's some crank right there. Puts him over on a power half, but he still has that hammer lock they pulled up underneath, and Rosales is on his back in trouble with getting pinned, or Spear gets pinned right now with 45 seconds left in the first period. Actually, 46 seconds left in the first period. Peterson pins Rosales.
114 pin for the Beat Diggers. We'll be back in 30 seconds with more on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. Okay, welcome back to Wiggins as Fort Morgan Mustangs taking on the Brush Beat Diggers. As we work our way up to 145 pounds, started a duel at 126. Davey Garcia out there, in on a single leg on Fritzler. He picks it up and throws him right to his back. Oh, nice job there, Coach. Another one of your kids.
Yeah, he's one of them, too. Now he's working for that spiral ride. He gets down, breaks Fritzler down. Then he comes out, and Fritzler gets back to a somewhat of a base with his knees underneath him. He does a stand-up. Garcia's working on breaking him to the mat. He drops down on a double leg and Fritzler faces him. Got an escape. They never really separated, and Arnaldo Maltos Garcia comes in with a fireman's carry, a nice one, puts him down and takes him down for 2 points. Score is 4-1 Garcia. Garcia working a tight waist. Fritzler stands up, comes around, turns, faces, and they go out of bounds. No change.
It turns and faces, maybe drops right down to that double leg.
Fritzler needs to clear his hips a little bit more. He's standing up too straight. Turning before his hips are out. Arnaldo loads on the left side. Fritzler does a quick stand-up. Again, he keeps his hips out. That time turns in, and they separate for a 1-point escape. Scores 4-2 with 55 seconds left in the first period. Maltos hits another fireman's carry. Comes around. He doesn't get it quite yet. Now he does. 6-2 Maltos Garcia from Brush over Fritzler from Morgan at this point in time in the first period.
He's got a nice fireman's carry.
Fritzler comes out and ends up reaching back and getting a headlock, but Garcia squeezes out of that and breaks him flat again. Garcia hits the cross face, doesn't post the arms. It's kind of one of those cross faces that lets you know you're there. Fritzler's getting wrist control, comes up and gets another escape. Scores 6-3 with 10 seconds left in the first period. Working towards the out of bounds, Garcia shoots, and they go out of bounds with 5 seconds left in the first period.
He got out of that by grabbing the fingers and cranking them back, kind of hidden from the referee. I think if you got 3 fingers, it's okay. If you got 1, it's not.
Also not okay if you get caught.
Is that it? Okay. Shane also referees quite a bit, so he's done several tournaments, certified. Need to get that trip to state one of these days.
Maybe someday.
You do a good job. Okay. Fritz will be on the bottom to start the second period.
Also, Garcia loads on the right-hand side. Fritzler does a quick stand-up, turns around again, gets another escape, 6-4 right off the bat in the second period. Maltos Garcia drops down on a single. Fritzler does an underhook and falls out of it. Back neutral facing each other. What is that, Russian Wizard? Is that what that's called?
Turn a little arm drag.
Throw by right there. He shoots him and hits that other fireman's carry again out of that. Throws him by. Fritzler reshot. Garcia reshot after the Fritzler shot. And the fireman's carry, he's got the arm between the legs, torquing him over. And he gives that up and goes to a spiral ride. Spirals him around, breaks him flat, or hits through the mat. Goes back up on the shoulder work. Fritzler works back to a base. Garcia breaks him back down. Fritzler does a quick stand-up again. Gets an escape. Garcia kind of lets him go, and then he shoots right after he stands up on the low fireman. For neutral. Score Garcia 8, Fritzler 5, with 50 seconds left in the second period. Forehead-to-forehead tie right now. Fritzler does a little head movement and then takes a shot. Garcia just blocks with his head and shoulders on that one.
Kind of feinted his shot. Fritzler was really jumped.
Yep.
He knew that fireman's was coming.
Gets in on that high crotch shot again. He loses the arm. And now Fritzler shoots in on the high crotch. And Maltos Garcia's sprawling. Comes down and just nice. A lot of scramble there. That was just not wanting to be taken down is what got him out of that one.
Yeah, Fritzler had him dead to rights. He just rolled, come up, and faced him.
Did a peek out is what they're calling that in the wrestling room now.
Oh, the peek out.
Yeah. Peeks through the armpit, comes out.
Okay, well, Fritzler thought he had him on his back, almost pancaked in his back, and he look up and he's facing you. We go to the third period. Baby's choice, he'll take the down position. Arnaldo Maltos Garcia, or Baby. Baby's a lot easier. That's what his mom calls him.
Or Garcia.
Quick stand up by Baby.
Gets his hips out and then turns. Had wrist control, scores, and then he attempts that Fireman's right off the bat. Right, little Fritzler still adjusting to being three.
He shows incredible quickness at times.
Smooth at times, too. We just put it all together.
Got great hips.
Then he throws the Fireman's on that left-handed side this time, and that's a little different than what he's been doing, and he doesn't quite get it yet.
Good Fritzler dead to rights, but couldn't keep him down.
Fritzler has a little bit better hips on that left side, must be, than he did the right before.
He did a good job of countering it.
Scores 9-4, or I'm sorry, 9-5, 4-point difference for Garcia. He hits that dump again. This time he doesn't really go for the Fireman's and gets it, puts Garcia on his back, and the back points rolls through.
Fritzler on his back. Oh.
I get excited sometimes.
Oh, that's okay. 11-5 for Garcia. The stop in the action is a grapevine in there, I think, with the Fritzler tripoded up. They'll stop it, send them back to the center.
52 seconds left in the third period.
No whistle. Referee says, they both jumped. It must have been on me. I was too slow. Forgot to whistle or something.
That happens. It's not right in your mouth, and it falls out as you go to blow it or something. Maltos goes to knee block. Fritzler does the stand-up. He turns without clearing his hips again. Maltos drops down on his thigh. He does get out, and Fritzler tries to attempt to headlock. Garcia squeezes his head out and comes around behind, and now the score is 13-6 with Garcia winning.
Yeah, 30. Yeah, got another takedown.
25 seconds left in the third period. Garcia comes out with a spiral right. Fritzler's doing something to stand up. Garcia breaks him around and brings him around, breaks the hip down. Now he takes a stand up, and that's 1 point for Fritzler. Right away, Arnaldo Baby shoots on him, shoots him off the mat.
Good way to keep from getting thrown is just drop right down on that single.
Got 8 seconds left in the third period. Fritzler does attempt a low single dive, and Garcia does a sprawling hands the wizard in with 2 seconds left in the match. Garcia wins the match 13-7.
Okay, going to get 3 points out of that. Let's take 30 seconds on 10-10 KSIR. That's that victory by Arnaldo Maltos Garcia over Jacob Fritzler. We'll be back in a moment. Welcome back. We step up to 152 pounds. Zane Powell against Zeth Gapter. And Powell doesn't quite have the takedown. There it is.
Comes up, gets that 2-point takedown, and he actually has a set in a pick and step already, and he's got the leg well. He's just working on that leverage on the front, on his shoulders. He's getting the claw in right now. He's got to get his head up, and now he's getting back points out of that. He's got the leg elevated, and he got the claw in. He's going to get his 3-point count, 5-count, 3-point back points. Now he's looking for he's got hold of that back ankle so he can't spin out, and they're posted out of bounds.
It'll be a 5-point lead for Zane Powell early in the first period. Restart him. Seth's looking away from us. Get a caution on the starter. It's Powell.
Yeah.
Jump a little early, did he?
Must have. Not being able to see their wrists or hands on the front, you don't know what they're doing. Foul breaks him flat right off the whistle. Seth is working up. Foul gets a cross-face cradle going, gets it locked up. He kick hip, brings it over. Seth is on his back. Foul's getting back points out of it. Brings his knee up to he's trying to catch that other leg.
Referee trying to get in position to see the pin. Just going to get out of that for a moment.
3 points. Well, nothing given yet. Earned. Comes out. Captain doesn't really get to his face, so foul keeps him on his back, so no points are awarded yet. Comes back around with a half Nelson and is on his back and gets pinned with 25 seconds left in the first period. So that's
135 again.
Yep. Maybe they're the numbers we should play.
I don't know. 5 on the way home. My wife won't give him money for that. Okay, let's thank Premier Farm Credit. They're the lender of choice for America's farmers and ranchers. They understand and are passionate about agriculture. Premier Farm is dedicated to serving America in the good times and bad. Premier Farm Credit, the gold standard in ag lending. Cookie Raza out there now, going against Chris Shriver. And we're up to 160 pounds. Chris was on the rankings. There he is, number 11 in the state on the 4A side.
Chris, another one that spent a little time in the brush wrestling room.
Does he?
He did when he was in the Metro stuff. A little bit, not as much as some of the others, but he was there too.
Pretty good ear-to-ear tie. And, oops, off goes the head gear. Chris Shriver losing his gear. Got the Blue Sox going tonight.
Yeah.
Not sure what that has to do with the Mustangs.
Maybe they're the ones clean.
The top one's under drawer. That was shot by Shriver. Took him a good sprawl front headlock. He just tries to
throw a cow catcher in there and he misses it all, so now they're back neutral again.
It's hard to throw a guy taller than you. You have to be really, really strong.
And now they're in the forehead-to-forehead tie, and Cookie's working on a pinch. Shriver doesn't want anything to do that. He backs out of it and gets free. Again, they're in the ear-to-ear tie now, and Shriver tries to take a shot without clearing. And it's caught underneath a little bit, but they now separate, and back to the center of the mat they go.
Rubbing the foreheads and working the wrists in the 10-foot circle.
In that ear-to-ear tie right now, and they both have wrist control, and Shriver tries to shoot through the wrist control, misses that, and then comes up, and Cookie's got a headlock on him, but he's going to lose that. We got 20 seconds left, and Shriver comes around behind him and takes him to the mat for a 2-point takedown. Right away, Shriver starts working on the head, a 2-on-1 tie-up, and a pound in the head a little bit. Raza comes up and gets his hips up, and now he's working to a base.
Inside of 5 seconds to go.
He gets a stand-up and a 1-point escape with 2 seconds left in the match. So it's 2-1.
This Shriver's trying to explain to the coach why he had to lose the 2 seconds. He did a great shot there, just as the whistle blew. Should be Cookie's choice. He'll take the down position.
Well, if it's that easy to get out, I think I can do that again. Actually, Chris didn't realize what the time was. He kind of let it go and expected to get another takedown, I think.
Yeah.
Cookie gets up and gets a quick escape, scores 2-2. Go back into that ear-to-ear tie. Hear the crowd yelling, "Get out of the collar tie, get out of it." Circling with a forehead-to-forehead tie right now. Go back to the ear-to-ear tie or the collar tie. Cookie tries to shoot through that. Shriver does an underhook and then a sprawl, and then now they're back free again. Facing each other with a minute 20 seconds left in the second period. Scores tied 2-2. Shriver takes a shot, and then he comes up, and then Cookie tries to get a headlock out of that again. They go out of bounds.
More of a defensive headlock than anything. Yep. You need to hit back into him and get him out of bounds quicker.
Go right to that forehead-to-forehead tie now with wrist control. Not a lot of action. Shriver snaps him down. Raza comes back up and out, so he doesn't really put himself in danger for a shot there. Back into that ear-to-ear tie. Shriver looks to be a little bigger than Raza, doesn't he, out there?
Yeah, Raza's not that big, a 52-pounder.
60.
Or 60.
Probably would be a 52-pounder. Looks like we lost contact.
He got poked in the eye there. Yeah, at least he didn't spit on her and put her back in.
Start neutral with 26 seconds left in the second period. The score is tied 2-2 between Shriver of Morgan and Raza of Brush. A lot of hand control and hand fighting out there right now. Cookie shoots on him, brings him down in short time. And deep on a double leg with his head between his legs. He comes up, takes him down, and nothing, no points yet. Nothing yet. He gets around behind him for two, right at the buzzer.
Oh, the buzzer beater again.
The score is 4-2 going into the third period. Shriver takes it down.
Okay. That's 3 points that Shriver gave up with that. In a second and a half almost. In the both periods.
Cookie goes to a head and lever right out of it. Tight waist head and lever. Breaks Shriver just flat to the mat. Now he's got a one-on-one ride. He's looking for that cheap tilt, and he does take him there, and it looks like he gets a one count out of it, but that's now he's got that arm bar in there. So.
He lost the wrist. Got it reinforced. It couldn't hold it.
Shriver gets up, stands up for an escape. The score is 4-3. Then he comes in and shoots on Barraza. Barraza gives it up, but Price gives up his weight, but then he's still fighting pretty good. And that knee could be looking a little dangerous right there, but Barraza has the ankle of Shriver, and then he comes back. And that was a good scramble there, right there. There you go. Barraza got Shriver flat on the mat. He's working to spin around behind him, going for a cradle, a far side cradle at the same time. There he's got it locked up. There's 2-point takedown. He's putting him on his back for back points. He's a hard person to hold. He gets 2 back points out of it. And then Shriver kicks right through for escape. So there's 50 seconds left. The score is 8-4. Shriver shoots on Barraza. Barraza takes a look at the clock. He needs to focus on wrist control and defense. He's going to get hit for stalling if he keeps backing up. So there it is. Right there, Shriver takes another shot. Barraza gets hit for stalling with 35 seconds left in the match. 8-4. Barraza is winning the match right now with 30 seconds left. Barraza's just going to take a shot and grab the leg and hold on. Stalling again on Barraza. That's 1 point for Shriver with 20 seconds left in the match. Shriver just in for a headlock. He's going to get it. He's going to get it. They both got a headlock locked up, and they go out of bounds.
12 seconds. 12.1 seconds on the clock here in the third period. Cookie up by 3.
Shriver shoots in, Barraza sprawls back, and Barraza keeps going, backing up, and out of bounds with 2 seconds left.
A good job of circling right there at the edge.
Kept his feet moving like a football tackle, but in reverse. If Shriver would have dropped down in the calves and chopped the calves, he would have taken him, but he stayed up around the hip. So Barraza wins that match. Number 11, Shriver, had a lot of chances and intensity out there, but just ended up short.
Okay, well, Kyle Rosenbrock will be up next after this 30-second timeout on 10-10 KSIR.
And welcome back to Wiggins High School, where we're right in the middle of the Brush-Fort Morgan duel. At the moment, at 170 pounds, Kyle Rosenbrock is taking on Caleb Bell of Fort Morgan. 30 seconds gone in the first period, and both wrestlers still on their feet.
Bell takes the shot, and they go out of bounds. Back to the center. Bell takes the shot on Rosenbrock again. Rosenbrock sprawls out, and he comes around and circles around and comes around. It looks like he's got a cradle on. He's got his head in the well, and he's looking to get, and he just lets that go and gets back behind 2-point takedown. Comes back out to the side and works another cross-face cradle the other way, gets it locked up, and now Bell's on his back, giving up back points. Rosenbrock's got that cradle on tight with a knee in the side. Then at 9 seconds in the first period for Rosenbrock.
So Rosenbrock gets the pin in the first period. Beat Diggers go up in this duel 33-0. And we'll move on to 182 pounds, where Brush's Tristan Teeter will take on Alex Mai from Fort Morgan as they make their way out to the center of the mat. These duels are going pretty quick.
Yes, they are.
Teeter and Mai locked up forehead to forehead in the 10-foot circle, fighting for wrist control. $182 pounds in this duel between Fort Morgan and Brush.
Tristan gets, Peter gets that Russian slither in there and tying up, but he can't get around to the side to do anything with it. Maya keeps his hips square to him. Back into that forehead-to-forehead tie. Working the wrist pretty hard right now. Each of them are. One has the other and the other has the other.
I think both Tristan Peter and Jose Rodriguez looked real good after they lost that weight after Christmas.
Yeah, I think, and they did it right, too. They slowly took it down in increments. Even the first time they were down and wrestled at it, they didn't look too drawn out or sluggish.
I don't think anybody on the Brush team is having any problems keeping their weight now the way they did it this year.
No, there's pretty good weight control, which you can tell when you're wrestling, and you know that from your experiences. I'm sure that if you do it the right way, you can go out and give it your all the time. If you do it the wrong way, yeah, it shows towards the end of those periods.
40 seconds left in the first period. Still both wrestlers in the neutral position, fighting back and forth for wrist control and inside control. I don't think we've seen a shot yet in this match, though.
No, we saw the attempted drag, but nothing off from them either. So, got 15 seconds left, and still on that tie up head-to-head or in wrist control. So,
we're running out of time here in the first period. 2 seconds left. We go to the second period, still no score at 182 pounds. Fort Morgan's choice here in the second period. Alex Mai defers to Tristan Peter, and he chooses the down position. Side drag attempt by Alex Mai. Works for a minute. Tristan Peter works back up to his base.
Tristan does an elbow roll and gets Mai off the center, but then Mai lets him go.
Thought he still had pretty good position there.
I did too. Now they're back into that's a headlock waiting to happen right there.
Lateral drop or a headlock or something.
Peter stands him up and then they go out of bounds, but there it was. Go back to the center with Peter winning the match right now was 1-0 in the second period.
Tristan Peter now ranked 13th in the state by Tim Yount.
There he goes again. He's standing back up. Peter's working on that lateral drop for the bear hug now. He's working the bear hug, and Mai's kind of backing up, but he brings him back in and circles it around to a takedown, and now he's got that cross-face cradle locked up. He's either going to pick a step or a cradle, and he goes to that picking step. He just scoops the leg, picks up the far leg again, but then he lets it go.
I don't mind that lateral drop position as long as you keep your hips back. But when Tristan stood up like that, you get your balance off, and I was scared for a second. Now
turns that pick and step into a barbed wire, and now Mai's on his back. We got a three-point count out of that, so the score is now 6-0 with Peter from Brush over Mai from Fort Morgan. Go out of bounds, and they'll go back to the center with Mai from Morgan down.
22 seconds left here in the second period. Brush leading the duel 33-0 over Fort Morgan.
Mai does a quick stand-up. Peter brings him back to the mat. Just calls for locking hands, so they'll stop the match, and Peter gives up 1 point for a technical violation. Score 6-1 with 16 seconds left in the second period. Peter loads on the left side this time. Mai does a quick stand-up again. Peter's chasing him, and now Mai gets out, faces him for 1. 6-2 score now. They do that stand-up again. Peter's getting under a double underhook, so he's got the advantage.
Time runs out here in the second period. We'll move to the third period. Peter from Brush leading 6-2 over Alex Mai as Mai chooses the bottom position here in the third period.
got a quick start a little bit before the whistle by Fort Morgan wrestlers, so they'll go back down and start it again. Mai does a quick stand-up, and he really doesn't even get an escape. He turns around and gets Peter's leg, and then that's a two-point reversal. Now the score 6-4 with Peter. Peter hits the elbow roll and gets an escape out of it because they go out of bounds without control, but Mai loses control as well, so now we're back on our feet. 7-4 with Peter over Mai at the time. Peter goes back to that double underhook, and Mai is backing out. Needs to watch. People in the crowd are telling Peter to shoot. Getting that double underhook and actually loses the advantage. Now Mai shoots on Peter, gets in deep and takes him down on a double leg. Scores 7-6. Mai lets him up again and then doesn't even really get a face. Peter gives up Mai gives up the escape and then he shoots right away. Gets in deep on Peter's legs and Peter sprawls out. Now they're down. Peter's got a cross face and the sprawl going. They go out of bounds. Scores 7-6 with Peter winning with 10 seconds left in the third period. They go back to the center and they start. Forehead-to-forehead tie with wrist control. Got a lot of pushing going on right now. But Peter goes to that underhook again. Mai backs out of it. Scores 8-6 right now. They threw up. Either they didn't throw up a point before or they missed one before because it was a 1-point difference. Now it's 2. Mai shoots on Peter. Peter sprawls out, gets a cow catcher on. He puts him right on his back. Gets 2-point takedown. Now he's getting the back points out of it. So that should be a 5-point move with potential fall going here. Peter gets it in deep. You just got to get him flat. You got just the fall with 20 seconds left in the third period.
Got a 5-minute, 40-second pin for Tristan Peter. That'll put the Beat Diggers up 39-0.
Then we just get a forfeit. Jose Rodriguez receives a forfeit, so that'll go to 45-0. We'll go upcoming what could be the match of the evening was Carwin and McBride going at it.
McBride beat Carlin earlier at Brush this year.
They actually wrestled at the top of the Rockies, too.
That's right. McBride pinned him?
At the end.
At the end of the third period? We're set at 220 pounds. Rushes Joe Carwin in on a double leg on McBride. McBride fights that off. And they're going to go out of bounds.
There's some fire from Joe. That's what we need to see. Starts back in the center after going out of bounds. That took a little bit of the goal. He dropped. McBride was chasing. Carwin dropped and got in deep, so they had some scrambles already now. Joe lowers the level and attempts to shoot. McBride just backs up and stands up. Hey, we're not going to go there. McBride gets in the... Carwin shoots on a double leg. McBride falls out of it, and then they end up going out of bounds. That was a good double leg. There's a 20-pounder.
And Carwin has a good double leg when he shoots it.
You can almost see him set it up in his mind when he's going to do it, too. He's like, I'm going, and it's going to not stop. Got a minute, 10 seconds left in the first period. Had quite a bit of action for a 220-pound match right now. Score 0-0. We got a couple ranked wrestlers here, too, in their categories, don't we, Jason?
Yeah, Toby McBride ranked number 2 in 4A, and Joe Carwin ranked number 3 in 3A.
45 seconds left in the first period. Now they're kind of just testing each other right now. They're in an ear-to-ear tie and just working it a little bit. Similarly built gentlemen out there right now, both pretty broad, pretty stocky in the leg. So,
I think Joe wants to stay away from the tie-up. He does a lot better shooting from the outside.
He does. He gets in that ear-to-ear tie again, then he backs out of it. 20 seconds left, he shoots, then he comes down. McBride sprawls, they come back around. Got a lot of action here right now. We got 10 seconds left in the first period. McBride attempts a shot. Carlin comes around behind him. They go out of bounds.
All right, Toby McBride has good balance, doesn't he?
Yes, he does. 6 seconds left in the first period, no score. Now they're just working ahead of each other right now. Time's going to run out right at the end. It's got another good double leg, so... The referee's going to bring him into the center and talk about a little bit of that extracurricular activity going on out of bounds or at the end of the whistle. So, Carlin's choice, he chooses down.
I like to see a little bit of that fire as long as it doesn't go any further than that.
Yeah, but it's his job to control it. So. That was another waved off caution. The referee accepted that one as his fault too with a false start. So that's good when they can do that. I've seen Berbers and watched him ref a lot since I've been out here, and I think he does a pretty good job. McBride breaks Carlin down flat and gets the arm bar in. Carlin's in a little bit of a danger, but now he's getting up. McBride brings him over, and he's got him deep in the arm bar. That's not a good sign for Carlin. Carlin's fighting hard. He's rolling back through. McBride comes back through with a reverse half. Carlin's on his back right now, bringing up the free near call points. The two sliding. McBride comes up to a headlock now.
McBride in a good position, just hasn't swung out there, and there's the pin for Toby McBride. And Joe Carlin just made a mistake and hung his arm and got stuck in that arm bar. Good match until then.
Yes, it was.
So 2-minute, 33-second pin for Toby McBride. We move on to the heavyweight match. Oscar Soto for Brush against Jesus Ibarra for Fort Morgan. Ibarra's checked in. Now Soto's at the table checking in, so we'll keep it right here and wait for this match to start. Both wrestlers shake hands and ready. The match is underway.
Oscar ranked in 3A. Is Jesus ranked in the 4A rank?
Oscar's ranked number 4 in 3A. I don't see Jesus ranked in 4A.
They go out of bounds, come back to the center. Oscar Soto, senior. Not sure what Jesus' year in school is.
Yeah, and we didn't get a sheet from the school here that told what grade everyone's in, and like we usually do. I've seen Jesus wrestle a few times, and he's a go-getter.
A little bit of size difference between the two guys out there. Oscar gets a double underhook, and they go out of bounds.
1:07 left in the first period. Pete Diggers leading the duel 45-6.
They go into that ear-to-ear tie-up. And Oscar, in a situation there, he could throw that Prescott. I know he knows it. But Jesus has got to push a little bit more than he is right now to make that successful.
Jesus back on his heels a little bit.
Oscar attempts a knee drag, and they both separate and face each other. Not a lot of action happening right now. Jesus working ahead of Soto.
And the wrestler looks like they want to take a shot and get caught underneath.
Soto was looking for that clinch tie-up, and he didn't get that. Jesus has that little shorter neck, harder to get that cinch. And Soto pounds his head and just sort of popping action going, but they run out of time.
We'll move to the second period. No score in the match so far. The bar's choice. He defers to Soto. Oscar Soto choosing the down position here to start the second period.
Soto does a stand-up, turns in and faces, gets the one-point escape. Back on her feet, neutral. Soto goes right back to that. 2 hands on the neck of Jesus, where he stopped when they were in neutral prior period.
Wrestler just tied up forehead to forehead. Now Jesus says, I don't want to be in that position, and breaks away from it. Back tied up again. Soto tries to drop down to a single leg, and Jesus blocks it.
Attempted to hit that that single, outside single with a throw by off that. Oscar shows quite a bit of athleticism out there for a 265-pound young man.
Is that what he's weighing now?
I think that's what I saw last, is about 265, 260. He's shot more attempts on Jesus right now than Jesus has on him. Scores 1-0. Soto over Jesus Ibarra from Morgan. 30 seconds left in the second period.
Wrestlers just dancing out there. They'll tie up and then they'll break apart. Not many shots so far in this match, and we're inside of 15 seconds in the second period.
And all but 10 seconds have been on their feet.
We're going to go to the third period. Oscar Soto leads this one 1-0. It's going to be Jesus Ibarra's choice. He's going to choose down here in the third period. Jesus sets. Oscar on from the left side.
Oscar's broken him down and keeping his weight on him. Jesus hit the switch and comes around. Right now, nothing yet. But Oscar has pretty good hits for a big guy too. That was athleticism right there. They did a switch and Jesus come around, and Soto ended up rolling around with him and coming out through his back door and ended up staying in control. But now Soto's given up an escape. So it scores 1-1 with 1:30 left in the third period of this heavyweight match between Rush and Morgan.
Well, at least they were down on the mat 25 seconds that time.
Yes. No stall calls. Go back to the center.
Tie up forehead to forehead again, looking for that inside control. Jesus has that inside control. He just needs to do something with it.
Still not a lot of action other than to tie up forehead to forehead. And one has inside, one has outside, so they both have basically the same tie-up going. Oh, Jesus attempts an arm throw, and he comes around behind and gets 2 points. So it's 3-1 for Jesus to go out of bounds. 36 seconds left in the period. That was pretty risky for a big guy, too, but it worked.
I thought Soto had him. I thought he was on top of him. But Jesus has some athleticism.
Jesus left Soto up, so now the score is 3-2 with 28 seconds left in the period. Soto's working him hard, but Jesus is standing up straight and backing up, and that's not going to get the stall call out of it with 22 seconds left. 3-2, Jesus beat Soto. Soto's working hard, driving, but he needs to shoot, he needs to score. 10 seconds or 15 seconds left, and they go out of bounds. 13 seconds left in the period. Ibarra is beating Soto 3-2.
Soto's going to have to drop.
Soto goes in and works for a headlock. Doesn't get it. 10 seconds left, and Ibarra's blocking off in his chest. This is going to end up being a 3-2 match. 9/10 of a second left in the match.
Oscar Soto goes down to defeat 3-2 here at the heavyweight match. Let's take a 30-second break, and we'll come back after a couple of forfeits. And welcome back to Wiggins, where we're at the final match of this Brush-Fort Morgan duel between Conrad Cole, ranked number 1 in the state, against Jason Nelson from Fort Morgan at 120 pounds. Brush leads this duel 57-9. Just underway here in the first period.
Go out and do a little tie-up, and then break free, and now they're forehead-to-forehead tie again. Conrad Cole throws him by, and then capitalizes. Nelson does a shot on Conrad Cole. Conrad Cole sprawls out and gets a three-quarter Nelson in there. Then they do a stand. Conrad Cole rolls through on that. I don't know what that's called, but I've seen it done before. Conrad comes in with a 2-point takedown and back points out of it. Now he's got the Saturday Night Rider, the scissors in, I guess, the grapevine. He's squirmy. That Nelson's squirmy. He's fighting. Conrad's got a deep half in now. Now he's working to get the pin out of it.
Conrad Cole has him on his back, and there's the pin for Conrad Cole with 57 seconds in the first period, and Brush is going to win this duel 63-9. Let's take a timeout while we wait for the Wiggins-Fort Morgan duel, and we'll be back in just a minute.